My phobias. Well, as a singer, you know, we're always afraid to wake up with a laryngitis. So I think that is probably my biggest phobia. The way I create my characters is, first of all, out of love for music and out of deep understanding of the diva character. I'm not aiming at anybody in particular, but being a singer myself, I think that our little obsessions, such as, you know, being scared of losing our voice, which is gives us our strength and our, you know, it's a reason for us to live, to exist. We feel useful when we sing. And we're so scared to lose that it makes us become very fragile and sometimes temperamental or capricious. But I deeply admire divas because when you think where these women come from, I mean, in the olden days, women were not even allowed to sing in public, or they would either become a nun or stay at home and be a mother, but they could not work, they could not express their artistic side. It was very much a man's thing. But even with the castrati, I mean, there were men singing female roles. So I think that the women who became the first divas had so much talent and especially so much character. To me, maybe after the Amazons, they were the first feminists. And I think they were just really amazing women. And I find that this strength and the fragile side of the diva makes a very interesting theatrical character. So I'm not imitating anybody in particular. I just use the diva characteristics, which seem to be pretty common in a lot of divas and which are very fun when you know, you just try to put them like in a certain context where you show they're vulnerable, where you show they're vulnerable, and where you show that they're very strong. So it's a tribute to divas. My first big dream when I was 4 years old was to be a mother. And I've always wanted to be a mother, and I have 3 children. I love children, and I also love presenting opera to children in a very fun way. And I do that a lot. I do a lot of shows for children where I also like to teach things to children through like fun things, you know, and I like to teach them about sharing, about being strong, about eating well, about believing in yourself, about, you know, peace and learning to accept different people and things that a child will know instinctively. Like when small children all are together, they all play together. So that was my first desire. And then I wanted to be an animal doctor, a veterinarian, and but I also loved a lot to sing, and I loved theater. My mother would take me to musical theaters when I was very small, and I would just dream to be chosen to go up on the stage. But I was never chosen. It was always my sister who hated going up on the stage, but who was chosen to go up. And I don't know if I always dreamt. I love these oversized characters. To me, they seem so big, the comedians on stage. And when I was 11, I lived in Italy, and my father forced me to go see my first opera. It was Aida at Le Terme di Caracalla. And I didn't want to go because I thought opera was really boring, because my father would listen to it on the radio at home on rainy Sundays, and it felt so depressing. But when he took me there and I saw my first opera, wow, I got struck by the emotion. And there were even animals on stage. You had elephants, horses, and camels, and I thought, well, maybe I could be an animal doctor for the opera. So that's how it started. And then as of age 15, I always dreamt of becoming an opera singer. And then I wanted to become a music therapist later on. So I think that what I do today, by mixing humor with opera, to me it's a way to show people that are scared of opera, like I was, who think that opera is boring. I want them to discover the beauty of the music, and also to make them feel good so that their hearts open up by laughter with silly jokes, you know. And when your heart is really open and then the beauty of the music comes into your soul, I think that there's something, a healing process that happens, because what makes me happy is to see that people walk out of my concerts with a big smile. I have so many beautiful memories from my childhood. First of all, I was lucky to be very loved by my parents, and my sister also, so I'm very close to my family. And so throughout the traveling, what I loved in all the different countries, so many things, but maybe theater I learned in Italy, not in a school, but just by watching Italians in the street. Hey signora, ma lei non deve andare qua. So I always loved La Commedia dell'arte. I think it was like, Italy was a theater class in itself. And then when I was about 16 years old, I moved to Moscow because my father worked at the Pozolsky Kanady here. And I had a Russian singing teacher, Viveya Gromova, from the Stanislavsky Theatre. And she gave me singing lessons, and I will never forget the singing lessons, because she spoke Russian, Polish, and German, and I spoke French, English, Italian, and Spanish. So we did not have a common language, but we spoke sign language like Italians, and she would record the instructions, and she would touch me a lot physically, and Natashenka, хочешь или нет? You know, she would shake me and say, you энергичная Natashenka. And so she gave me this incredible technique. She told me, you have to be able to exercise. I would do like, and all kinds of crazy things. But now, when I'm on stage, I can sing in any position. And I have a special number with a Russian diva, and in my heart it's a tribute to Viveya Gromova, my singing teacher, who taught me so many things. And this diva is an Olympic diva, and she wins a gold medal. So in my heart it's a gold medal that I give to Viveya, and I thank her from the bottom of my heart for giving me such a heritage. And also, when I lived here, I went to see so many operas and ballets and folk music, folk dancing. I think that Russian culture is huge. It's beautiful, it's deep-rooted. You people are just artists. Your souls are so artistic. You're so emotional and so sensitive to beauty that to me it's very moving to come back. It's the first time I've been in Moscow in 34 years. And this to me means a lot. So tonight when I sing, there will be a lot of emotion in my heart and a lot of love for all of you beautiful Russian people.